Welcome back to our channel, fellow knowledge seekers. We're thrilled to have you here, joining us on Exploration, the World We Live. Welcome back to our channel, dear viewers. Have humans, in their quest for development, unwittingly signed a pact for the major destruction of our climate? A provocative inquiry indeed. We've reached an era where the repercussions of our actions are becoming increasingly evident. As we've strived for progress, for innovation, we've also set in motion a series of events that have led to an alarming acceleration of climate change. Global warming, once a distant prediction, is now a stark reality, and we humans are at the center of it all. Our insatiable thirst for growth has come at a cost that our planet is bearing. As we've industrialized, urbanized, and modernized, we've also contributed to the rapid warming of our world. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but the truth often is. So we're left with a pressing question. Is it too late to change the course, or can we still salvage our future? Global warming doesn't just affect us, it's causing the extinction of numerous animal species. As the temperature of our planet rises, it disrupts the delicate balance of ecosystems worldwide. Species that have evolved over millions of years to thrive in specific climates and habitats are suddenly finding their homes too warm, their food sources dwindling, and their survival at risk. The polar bear, a symbol of the Arctic's frozen wilderness, is one such species. As the ice caps melt, their hunting grounds are disappearing, leading to a decline in their population. The monarch butterfly, once a common sight, is now critically endangered due to the combined effects of climate change, pesticides, and habitat loss. The warmer temperatures disrupt their migratory patterns, making their journeys more perilous and their survival uncertain. And these are just two examples out of countless species that are bearing the brunt of our actions. The Green Industrial Revolution holds a promise not just for us, but for these creatures too. By transitioning to sustainable practices, we can help mitigate the effects of climate change and preserve the habitats of these species. By reducing our reliance on fossil fuels, we can decrease the amount of greenhouse gases we emit, slowing down the rate of global warming. By adopting renewable energy sources, we can minimize our environmental footprint, reducing the pollution and degradation of natural habitats. The Green Industrial Revolution, therefore, is not just about saving our planet, but also about preserving the rich biodiversity that calls it home. The extinction of animals is a silent alarm bell, signaling the urgency of our situation. It reminds us that we are not alone in facing the impacts of global warming. It forces us to confront the reality that our actions have far-reaching consequences, affecting not just us, but every creature that shares this planet with us. It underscores the importance of the Green Industrial Revolution, a movement that aims to not just reverse the effects of climate change, but to also create a future where humans and nature can coexist harmoniously. Enter the Green Industrial Revolution, our beacon of hope in these seemingly dark times. The Green Industrial Revolution, a term that is gaining traction globally, is not just another buzzword. It's an ambitious, necessary movement that seeks to transform our world's industries, economies, and societies into sustainable entities. So what exactly is the Green Industrial Revolution? It's an economic and social shift towards practices that are environmentally friendly and sustainable. This revolution aims to overhaul and transform traditional industries that heavily rely on fossil fuels and instead transition them into greener alternatives. Think about the energy sector, for instance, which is currently dominated by coal, oil, and gas. The Green Industrial Revolution envisions a world where this sector is powered by renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, and hydro. And it's not just about energy. It extends to transportation, agriculture, manufacturing, every sector that contributes significantly to carbon emissions and environmental degradation. But it's not just about reducing carbon emissions. Crucial though that is, it's also about promoting sustainable practices. It's about creating an economy that values and prioritizes the environment, that doesn't compromise the health of our planet for short-term gains. It's about ensuring that we and the generations to come have a world that is habitable and thriving. The Green Industrial Revolution also seeks to create green jobs, to ensure that the transition to a sustainable economy is just and inclusive. It's about making sure that as we move away from fossil fuels, the people who work in these industries are not left behind. It's about creating opportunities for everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. The green industrial revolution is our chance to correct the mistakes of the past, to build a future that is sustainable and equitable. It's our chance to turn the tide on climate change and to ensure that our planet remains a place where life can not only survive, but thrive. The green industrial revolution is not a choice anymore, it's a necessity. So, what exactly is the green industrial revolution and how does it propose to combat global warming? Well, in essence, the green industrial revolution is a transformative global movement that aims to reshape our industries and economies, to align them with sustainable, environmentally friendly practices. The central idea is to transition from the traditional fossil fuel-dependent systems towards more sustainable alternatives, thereby reducing our carbon footprint and combating global warming. Let's break it down a bit. At the heart of the green industrial revolution are three core principles: renewable energy, green transportation, and sustainable manufacturing. Firstly, the principle of renewable energy. This is all about shifting away from fossil fuels, which are not only finite but also contribute significantly to carbon emissions. The green industrial revolution champions the use of renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, and hydroelectric power. These sources are not only clean, meaning they produce no harmful emissions, but they are also infinite. The sun will always shine, the wind will always blow, and rivers will always flow. Next, we have green transportation. The transportation sector is one of the largest contributors to global carbon emissions, primarily due to our reliance on vehicles powered by fossil fuels. The green industrial revolution proposes a shift towards electric vehicles powered by renewable energy. Additionally, it encourages the use of public transportation, cycling, and walking to further decrease carbon emissions. The third principle is sustainable manufacturing. The goal here is to create a circular economy, where waste is minimized and resources are continually reused. This could involve everything from designing products to last longer, to creating more efficient manufacturing processes, to recycling and reusing materials at the end of a product's life cycle. But the green industrial revolution is not just about these three principles. It's about reimagining every aspect of our society to be more sustainable. It's about changing our mindsets, our behaviors, and our policies. It's about creating jobs that are not only good for the economy, but also good for the planet. It's about investing in research and development to drive innovation in green technologies. And most importantly, it's about inclusivity. The green industrial revolution is a movement that believes in the power of collective action. It understands that everyone, from governments to businesses to individuals, has a role to play in fighting global warming. So, in a nutshell, the green industrial revolution is a broad and ambitious movement that seeks to transform our world into a more sustainable, equitable, and resilient place. It's a movement that believes in the possibility of a future where economic growth and environmental sustainability are not at odds, but go hand in hand. The green industrial revolution is not just a mere concept, it's a movement. While we discuss solutions, it's important to fully grasp the gravity of the problem at hand: global warming. Global warming isn't a tale told by fearmongers, nor is it a distant threat looming at the horizon. It's a stark reality that we are living today, a reality substantiated by a breadth of scientific evidence. The planet's average surface temperature has risen by approximately 1 degree Celsius since the late 19th century, a change driven largely by greenhouse gas emissions from human activities. The ice sheets at the poles are shrinking. Satellite observations reveal that Greenland lost an average of 283 gigatons of ice per year between 2002 and 2016, while Antarctica lost about 127 gigatons per year in the same period. The rate of Antarctica ice mass loss has tripled in the last decade compared to the previous one. Glacial retreat is also happening across the globe, in the Alps, Himalayas, Andes, Rockies, Alaska, and Africa. The snow cover in the northern hemisphere is receding. The extent and thickness of Arctic sea ice have rapidly declined over the last several decades. These are not just numbers. They are signs of a world that is heating up more rapidly than ever before. This warming has dire consequences for the environment and the life it supports. Rising temperatures are altering the delicate balance of ecosystems, leading to shifts in animal and plant ranges, earlier timings for spring events such as leaf out and migration, and an increase in the frequency of extreme weather events like hurricanes and droughts. The oceans, which absorb most of the planet's excess heat, are not only warming, but also acidifying, threatening marine life from coral reefs to polar bears. Sea levels are rising at their fastest rate in 2,000 years, putting coastal cities and small island nations at risk. And if we continue down this path, the consequences could be catastrophic. Scientists predict more heat waves, longer and more intense wildfire seasons, disruptions to food production, and an increase in the number and severity of tropical storms. In the face of such overwhelming evidence, some still choose ignorance over action. But the reality is, the question is no longer whether global warming is happening. The question is how severe the impacts will be if we don't take decisive action. Ignoring global warming is not about choosing between the economy and the environment. It's about protecting our homes, our health, our communities, our economies, and our future. It's about ensuring that our children and grandchildren inherit a world that is livable, beautiful, and thriving. Ignoring global warming is no longer an option. Now, let's examine how the Green Industrial Revolution intersects with global warming. As we delve into this topic, it's crucial to remember that the Green Industrial Revolution isn't just about renewable energies and electric cars. It's a comprehensive shift in our approach to industry, infrastructure, and economics, with the singular goal of creating a sustainable future. This broad transformation is designed to address the dire issues we face with global warming. At the heart of the Green Industrial Revolution lie principles that are fundamentally tied to mitigating the effects of global warming. Let's explore them, shall we? Firstly, there's the principle of decarbonization. This involves a sweeping transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and hydroelectric power. It's a move that not only curbs the release of harmful greenhouse gases into our atmosphere, but also reduces our carbon footprint. Next up is the principle of energy efficiency. This means optimizing our use of energy in every sector, from manufacturing to transportation to buildings. By doing so, we can significantly cut down on the amount of greenhouse gases we emit. Then we have the principle of circular economy. This principle encourages us to move away from our current take-make-waste model to a more sustainable reduce, reuse, recycle model. This shift will drastically decrease the amount of waste we generate, which is a major contributor to global warming. Lastly, there's the principle of just transition. This principle ensures that the shift to a green economy is fair and inclusive, leaving no one behind. It recognizes that the impacts of both global warming and the transition to a green economy are felt unevenly across society. Therefore, it aims to protect those most vulnerable. It's clear to see how these principles of the Green Industrial Revolution directly influence our fight against global warming. They're not just abstract concepts or lofty ideals. They're practical, actionable steps that we can and must take to curb the catastrophic effects of global warming. But it's not just about the mitigation of global warming. The Green Industrial Revolution also helps us adapt to the changes brought about by global warming. For instance, the principle of resilience encourages us to build systems that can withstand the impacts of climate change, from extreme weather events to rising sea levels. In essence, the Green Industrial Revolution provides us with a roadmap to navigate the turbulent waters of global warming. It equips us with the tools we need to mitigate the effects of global warming and adapt to the changes it brings. The Green Industrial Revolution is not just a dream. It's a necessity. It's an urgent call to action that we must heed if we want to safeguard our planet and our future. It's a plea for us to shift our mindsets, change our habits, and choose a sustainable path. The Green Industrial Revolution is our best bet against the impending threat of global warming. So, where do we go from here? What does the future hold for us? As we stand at the precipice of change, the potential of the Green Industrial Revolution to reshape our future is immense. It's not just about swapping out coal for solar panels or replacing petrol cars with electric ones. No, this revolution represents a fundamental shift in how we interact with the world around us. It's about reimagining and redesigning our entire systems of production and consumption to be in harmony with the planet, rather than at odds with it. But let's be clear, this isn't a task for a handful of companies or a select group of pioneers. It's a collective endeavor. Each of us has a role to play, from the choices we make as consumers to the pressure we apply as citizens. And let's not forget the role of our governments. This isn't a revolution that can be driven by market forces alone. It requires strong governmental policies to not just incentivize green practices, but to make them the norm. Policies that encourage innovation, that foster new industries, that create jobs, and that make it financially rewarding for companies to be green. It's also about education. We need to equip our students, our future leaders, with the knowledge and the tools they need to carry this revolution forward, to make sustainable choices the norm, rather than the exception. The road ahead is not without its challenges. There will be setbacks, and there will be resistance. But let's not forget that every revolution, every major shift in human history has faced the same. And yet here we are, standing on the brink of a new era, ready to take that leap. So, let's take a moment to imagine that future. A future where green is the norm, not the exception. A future where our industries are in harmony with our planet, not at odds with it. A future where our children and our grandchildren can enjoy the same beautiful, vibrant planet that we have had the privilege to call home. The future is green, and it's up to us to make it a reality. In conclusion, the green industrial revolution presents a viable solution to the pressing issue of global warming. We've traveled a complex journey today, revealing the stark realities of our warming world and the transformative potential of this green revolution. From understanding the urgent need to combat global warming to diving deep into the mechanics of the green industrial revolution, we've unraveled a narrative that intertwines hope with action. This revolution, if embraced, could redefine our relationship with our planet, transforming industries into agents of change rather than contributors to climate chaos. The urgency of the situation is clear, but so is the potential for a better, greener future. The green industrial revolution is not a mere idea. It's a blueprint for survival, a roadmap that guides us towards sustainability. Remember, the fight against global warming is a collective responsibility. Every small step counts. Before we wrap up, we'd like to encourage each one of you to take a stand. This is our call to action. Action. We all have a part to play in this green industrial revolution. You might be pondering, what can I do? Well, it can be as simple as reducing waste, recycling more, or using energy-efficient products. You can support businesses that prioritize sustainability, and you can spread awareness within your community. Remember, change starts at home. Start with small steps, but don't stop there. Thank you for watching our video on green industrial revolution and global warming. If you found this video, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Every small step counts in our fight against global warming. Together, we can make a difference. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. If you enjoyed, see you in the next video.